This is how to make an origami wedding card. The design is really simple and elegant but has a nice handmade touch to it. First, I'm going to fold the tuxedo jacket. Grab a black square piece of paper with white on the other side and fold it in halves both ways. Next, pick an edge and fold down a tiny bit so that you create this white edge. This little white edge will turn into our sleeve cuff later. Now fold in these two edges into the middle and make sure you're folding perpendicular to the white edge that we just made. Here I'm folding a V shape and I'm making sure that it will start about a quarter from the bottom. Now flip it over and fold back the long edges. Now I'm going to squash everything in half. At this point, your fold should look like this. Now guide your finger to about a quarter of the way down from the middle and use it to fold out and push down this flap. Now let's move on to the tuxedo pants. This is the easiest part to fold of all the parts. Like the jacket, fold the square paper into halves both ways. Fold in two of the edges and then flip it over. Fold in two edges towards the center. Now fold down the top about halfway. It's really up to you and how long you want the pants to be. And that's it for the pants. Last but not least, we have the wedding dress. This step is starting to feel familiar, but once again, fold the paper in half both ways and then fold in two of the edges towards the center. Open it up and fold this edge towards this crease that we just made. Repeat this step for the opposite side. Fold this crease over and fold the crease next to it in the opposite direction. Repeat this step for the opposite side. Now flip over the paper and fold down the top half just a little bit. I'd say it's about 1/16 or 1/8 of the entire paper. Now pop open this little pocket and try to fold it out into a V shape like this on both sides. Make sure you're doing this on the side where the middle is puffy and protruding out a bit. Fold in both of these outside flaps towards the center. We're almost done. Now we're just forming the silhouette of the dress. So I'm folding out these two pieces to try to give it this A-line shape. And then I'm going to make a fold here and another fold in the opposite direction and kind of push them on top of each other to create the waist of the dress. To give the dress an hourglass shape, I'm going to make a V shape right here and here above the first fold. and then I'm going to squash it down with the original fold. Now the hips are really jagged, so I'm just going to fold those in to smooth things out. So that's it for the wedding dress and all the origami components you'll need for this wedding card. For this video, I folded everything on larger paper, but I redid everything again on smaller paper. I used 5.5 by 5.5 inch squares. I just made them really quickly in Adobe Illustrator, but you could easily make them in Microsoft Word. I'll also link this page below. I printed out the squares and cut them out so I could fold everything again and everything would fit on a card that's half the size of a normal piece of printer paper. After I cut the cardstock, I folded it in half and I turned it so that it was landscape. Now for the background, you can pick whatever color you like, whatever color you happen to have, or a color that matches the wedding theme. I also cut out a little red heart, and then I started playing around with the orientation of all the parts until I liked how it looked and I was ready to glue everything down. For the background paper, I recommend using a glue stick or rubber cement, basically anything that won't crease the paper or make it look wet. Then I glued down the heart in the middle so that it would help me orient everything else on the page. After I marked the center with the heart, I then glued down everything else around the heart. So that's it for this wedding card tutorial. I hope you try it out and that you like it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.